In-person questions first, and then we'll go to Zoom.
James, yeah, what do you take away from this one?
Just a bad game. Yeah, bad game. We didn't play their identity.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good? We didn't play their identity, so we weren't really defensively. We weren't at a level that we have to play at to be successful. I thought we mentally probably felt like this was going to be a game where we didn't have to have our antennas tilted toward the defensive end. And I thought our antennas were tilted toward the offensive end a little bit too much. And success doesn't look like that for us. It can't.
For the Dream defensively, it seemed like they had a pretty strong performance, but would you say it was more about, your guys' maybe laxness on defense that prevented you from getting your offensive rhythm, or did the Dream do a good job of taking?
Yeah, I don't take credit away from them. They played a good game. Felt like we could have played better.
And then just the scoring inside from them, what did you see from your team that just prevented them from stopping them?
We weren't disciplined. And I felt like they bullied us a lot. And you got to be ready. You got to be physically engaging every game. Can't take plays off.
And then last one for me, when you kind of see your team, you're not getting what you need from them, maybe mentally, how do you throughout the game work to get them to that level, or is it just something that they have to want to do? Like how do you
This was like one of the first games that I've seen. Where we at? This is game 5.
Mm-hmm.
Game 5 and game. We had 3 games, so 8. This was like 1 out of 8 games. This is the first game in 8 games that I thought we didn't have effort, the same effort.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought our offense affected our defense, but it just can't be that way. Like our team can't be that way.
Mm-hmm.
We can't find success in that. And we can't think that because somebody may have a 20-point game or 18-point game or 25 or 26-point game, that's who they are now.
Mm-hmm.
Who they are has to start on the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter who it is. And if not, we have to find 5 people that want to play defense.
Sorry, just one follow-up. When you say our offense affected our defense, was it just the missed shots that maybe took them out of their
No,
game,
we weren't sharing the ball with each other. We only had 16 assists, and some of those were like really tough shots. We took a lot of contested shots,
mm-hmm.
and normally we're not the team to take contested shots like that. I don't like those. I can't coach those well. I'm not good enough coach to coach contested shots, and so we have to find a way to move it and set up each other for success. And sometimes we may take some contested shots, but it can't be our identity.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt in the first quarter, first and most of the second, that was pretty much our identity. And in the second half, I thought we tried to come back into the game offensively. And it's just not what I like. Not for this team. And it just can't be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offense to be led through the defense, not the other way around.
It just can't be that way. And it won't be that way.
Sorry, one more follow-up. Missing a player like Rebecca, who is such a defensive spark plug, is that just
No.
Okay.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. Brian Teague. Brian, please unmute. Brian.
Yep, I'm here. Hey, Coach, I just have one real quick one for you. So last season, I asked you about Tanisha and the job that she's done with the team. Could you just kind of give me just like kind of your overall impression of the Dream and just kind of how they came out tonight?
Yeah, they came out great. Like they're they may be the best team in the league. So I kudos to Tanisha. She's a great coach, and she got them, right where she wants them. So no, I think they're a top 2 team in our league.
All right, thanks, Brian. Steven, please unmute. Steven.
Hey, what's going on, Coach? I got a couple quick questions for you. The first one being, you mentioned that you guys kind of came out with an offensive-minded approach that you didn't necessarily feel was appropriate. In that, did you feel like the quality of shots that you all were able to generate was up to par in terms of where you felt like you guys needed to be to win today?
No, not at
And
all.
then do you feel like that kind of played into the tempo kind of being dictated by Atlanta, or was it just the lack of continuity on your defensive end more than that?
No, I think, when we're defensively engaged, it creates easy opportunities for us. And we never got those. Like we weren't able to get layups, weren't able to get to the free throw line. I know they call some calls for us late in the game, but the discrepancy on the stat sheet is way different from the way it was in the game. And so the fact that we couldn't, our physicality was impacted, and it made us play a little tentative. And when you play tentative like that, I think everything goes the other way. I did think my challenge was successful, and I don't think that's a foul call anywhere in the world, not even in Pee Wee League. And so I think everybody, when it comes to WNBA, has to do better.
Appreciate you.
All right, last we'll go to Rafiq. Rafiq, please unmute.
This is Ralph Connected, but that's sports talk. Looking ahead, you got one of the 2 super teams in your Liberty coming up. I mean, what is like the overall confidence level and mindset going to the games against New York?
Next question.
I mean, you had a tough time slowing down Ryan Howard on the defensive end. Like, what are you supposed to players about as far as playing better defense at a low post in this L?
Yeah, I think she was able to get to her spots. And so that was one of the things that we talked about. We didn't come out with a focus to stop her from getting to her spots. I think it was a little easy for her, even though she's a talented player. I thought we could have made it a little tough for her.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
All right, thanks, James. We'll have Kahleah and Kristine next.
I'm gonna ask you
I guess what would be your assessment of that? Did you feel that's fair? Did you feel like you guys were lacking something on the defensive end?
Yeah, I think the things that we do really well, we didn't do today. We're not going to talk about missed shots because those are things we're talking about, things you can control. Like sometimes shots go in, sometimes they don't. So yeah, defensively, that's something that you can control. Like you can get stops, you can get deflections. We weren't like locked in defensively like there. We were not disrupting. We were not trying to get us extra possessions. Like we didn't do those things.
And then we all know obviously that your guys' offense flows through your defense. But on the same note, the Dream, it appeared like they played, tough defense tonight. So would you say it was both aspects that kind of prevented you guys from getting into a rhythm, or do you chalk it up to yourselves of just not bringing it defensively?
We didn't bring it. And if you look at some of the shots, were open shots and we just missed. And then you look at us just taking bad shots. Like how many contested shots did we take? Like if we look at other games where we're moving the ball and we're playing together, we're giving up good shots for great shots. No, we didn't do that tonight either. So we took some tough shots, and we don't have to take tough shots.
What do you attribute the lack of ball movement to that?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know what we were thinking.
And then last one for me, when you are in that space as a team where you're fighting to find a rhythm or fighting to find the energy, what's your message? Like how as a team are you guys going to navigate that in the future?
I think that we have to put the fire out early. They got off to a great start. We got to come together early and chip away at it. I think we kind of got disconnected somewhere, and then we found a stretch where we tried to find it. But this is also something that's going to come with us being together and playing together more. But I think that from the start we have to start much better as a team, as a unit, and find ways to stay connected and try to chip away at something like a game like this. We'll go to Brian Teague on Zoom. Brian Teague, unmute please.
Yep, I'm here. Hey, Kai, I have just one quick one for you. So, in this game, the Dream, obviously, defensively, they were pretty locked in. Can you just kind of give just us a little insight into kind of what you were seeing out there? It seemed like they kind of mucked everything up for you guys offensively.
I think we kind of mucked it up for ourselves. We were forcing bad shots. We could have done a better job moving the ball. I think we kind of played into what they wanted us to play into. Played a little too much one-on-one at some points in the game. But we have to know that us playing together is the best thing for us. We have everybody top to bottom can go out there and get a bucket. But when we're giving up, like I said before, giving up good shots for great shots, that's going to be our identity in getting stops defensively and turning that into our offense and, sharing the ball and moving the ball. So, we had games where we had 20 plus assists, when we're really playing together and we're really feeling good. So we want to get back to that.
All right. Thank you.
Steven, please unmute. Steven.
What's going on, Kai? Did you feel like today, as far as speaking on the offensive side, that this was kind of just like a growing pains type of game where you guys are still ingratiating your talents with each other and things like that for your offensive process?
Sorry. Yeah. I feel like I said before, we missed a lot of shots. Like it was a lid on the run, honestly. So yeah, we gonna figure it out.
And then do you feel like if you guys were a little more connected in like a sustainable manner on the defensive end, that would have lended itself to removing that lid from the basket on the offensive side?
Don't that sound good? Come on, that you sound crazy. Come on. Yeah, you know that.
I'll just try to get a little insight to what you guys are thinking. That's the insight.
You said it. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, last one. We'll go to Rafiq. Last one. Unmute.
This is Ralph. You could nothing but that sports talk. What is at least a couple positive takeaways you can take from this game? Then that will help you win the next one against the New York Liberty coming up.
I think this is like it's terrible, as we played, I feel like we should have lost by 100. So yeah, that's the positive. And we didn't lose by 100. We lost by whatever that math is.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Kahleah. We'll be with Kristine next. Raise your hand if you'd like to ask Kristine a question. We'll start with Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports talk. What are some of the lessons that you learned when it comes to being more of a contributor on the offensive and coming off the bench?
Well, I think it's not fouling. I think that's the first thing. Like for me to be like a better energy player, I need to like be more efficient. So I think coming off the bench, what I've been learning is like bringing the energy, trying to like if doing all the little things, anything that I can control, I'm going to try to do that. I think coach really expects me to like come in the game and increase the level of play by like getting extra possessions. So that's like been my role on this team.
And earlier in the press conference, the Kahleah Copper and coach talked about how they kind of missed a lot of shots, and the team shot about like 25 for 77 from the field. I mean, what does the team talk about as learning to correct, making better shots?
I mean, like we had bad game. Like this was a bad shooting night for us. And then in the past, you could see we've been scoring and we've been very efficient. So you can expect like a team like us, like dealing with injuries. We're pretty young and new to like have a game like this. But I really believe in our bounce back, and I don't think we're gonna miss like this again. Like we're just too talented.
And with the next game against New York Liberty coming up, like, what is the overall mindset?
Just like building from this game. I think this game really humbled us, and like getting enough energy to go against New York back to back, taking those games and learning from them. I think for me, like I'm sorry, I'm like a little overwhelmed right now, but it just sucks losing like this. So I think we're all pretty angry and disappointed, and we're just trying to build back up our confidence, build back up our stamina, and go to New York.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Thanks, Kristine.
Thanks. Sorry.
No, you okay?